Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Bassett Olympians. Welcome to Bassett's podcast.
Only at Bassett.
I'm here with my co-host.
Anthony Padilla.
Joseph Miranda.
My name is Marina Costa, and today we're going to be talking about what we're seeing around at school. So what I've been seeing lately is a lot of face masks. Actually, um, I'm assuming it's for the coronavirus that's going around. In China and some in the U.S. now. A
Yeah.
couple of people have it now. I see people wearing face masks around school, so I think we should talk about it. So people all around are wearing them for the fact of not getting sick or to not get others sick. There's two different types to protect yourselves. So they aren't pointless, but some people do say it's pointless to wear them. There's one that's specifically to wear to not get people sick, and I think people get confused on which ones to wear because they think just a simple one isn't going to get others sick, but that's usually to prevent yourself from getting sick.
Yeah.
Um, Also, the fact that people should really focus on personal hygiene more,
Yeah.
especially because this is a virus.
Washing people's hands.
Yeah,
okay.
washing hands.
Hand sanitizer.
Exactly. Don't touch the face, even though it's a big problem because it's such a habit for
Yeah.
everybody to touch their face
Yeah.
You do it just naturally.
naturally, right? But with this virus, you have to make sure that everything is clean, 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 clean. Like we cannot stress this enough. Um, it's hard to get out of the habit, but that's all you could really
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, you can't be too prepared. And I actually think that a lot of our listeners don't really know that there's two different types of face masks, I think they also don't know about the coronavirus. It's going around, being posted on social media, people posting on their Instagram, their Snapchat, like, oh, we're all gonna get the virus, it's all gonna be over. But a lot of that's misconception. Marina is promoting hygiene. I think that's important throughout, even
Yeah.
if there isn't an epidemic or pandemic going around. But I think we need to clear up some things in the air about the coronavirus first, all right? The coronavirus isn't a new thing, It's not like the plague or something like that, and it's not a specific virus. A coronavirus is a type of virus. It's a classified virus. I think a lot more people are comfortable calling this the Wuhan virus because that's where it came out from China, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
and people are worried. Definitely they're like, oh, people are dying around the world from the coronavirus, and people are posting on their stories like, oh my god, guys, be safe. But the people who did die already had pre-existing medical conditions. It wasn't just out of nowhere. Um, those people it was broken out in like poorer areas. And it's sad to say that there are areas of the world that don't have the healthcare we have, even though we don't even have the best healthcare. They're just completely left like unvaccinated and everything. So we have to remember that we're pretty safe in our society, at least for the moment, if unless this thing mutates or becomes any more dangerous. But I think we should not cause mass hysteria. We should start panicking like crazy. I mean, there's gonna be symptoms like of a flu, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, I do have the coronavirus," and they're gonna start freaking out. But I don't
But
think that's the case.
it's just the flu.
It's just a
Yeah.
flu. It might just be a
Yeah.
cold. That doesn't mean you shouldn't be healthy. And use hand sanitizer, wash your hands with soap. The basics of being a hygienic person. It's still okay to be cautious, but I think we need to dial back on this and just take a step back because people are freaking out, and I think people freaking out are leading to some really terrible things. Wouldn't you say, Joseph?
Yeah, because with all the panic on social media and in the media in general about the coronavirus comes racism,
Yeah.
especially in the
definitely.
Asian community because
Mhm.
because people feel that just because you're Asian, you're gonna have the coronavirus, even if you've really never been to China or Japan
No
or
matter
anywhere.
what race.
No matter what race, if you look any bit
Asian.
Asian, you're gonna have racism following
Yeah.
you.
Uh,
There is Chinese restaurants being shut down because they have no customers. Uber and Lyft drivers getting denied because the people don't want to have them as a driver because they look Asian.
And people are making jokes of this, and it might be a joke. Some people might argue it's just a joke, but you have to think about the severity of the situation. If it was your demographic, let's say it was Mexicans, let's say it was Native Americans, let's say it was African Americans, let's say it was just Americans, people would definitely be offended. I'm
Mhm.
not saying that like everyone's very sensitive. I'm just saying like there is some prejudice, and it sometimes it's not a joke. There's plenty people like Chinese people coughing on a plane. People start freaking out, posting
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
social media, and that leads to pandemonium because when a lot of people think that someone may have a virus unjustified, the plane shut down. You know,
Uh,
and sure, like Joseph said, it's not okay. It's definitely not okay.
Yeah, you won't get awarded for being racist to Asians, but what you will get awarded for is academic decathlon.
All right, that was a good
That's
transition. That was a good
good.
transition. Thank you.
So for academic decathlon, they've been doing outstanding this year. The awards they've won, they've had 19 medals, a trophy, and two $250 scholarships. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it to state or nationals because they didn't qualify. They're Division 3, and usually the schools that qualify are Division 1. But they have relentless dedication by coming after school during days off and on winter break to focusing on all the categories that they have and all the things that they need to talk about, and they practice what they need to do. But they have relentless dedication, outstanding students, and Anthony could talk about those students.
So in academics decathlon, we see a lot of familiar faces actually. Around school. If you're very involved in the school, we see Aaron Acolto. I hope that I pronounced his last name right, but I'm pretty sure he's someone that at least most of us see in the hallway, and maybe some of us know even more. He's an ASB representative.
Mhm.
Definitely representing the school, and he does have a little book. He does have a little book that he wrote.
Yeah.
I read it a little bit myself. It's very good. But you also have other people, other standout people at the school, like both these schools' valedictorian and salutatorian, uh, Angelica and Rosa.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure
Yes.
we've all heard their names, especially during the rally.
Mhm.
Angelica
know.
Wisnot, Rosa Regosa.
Very deserving, and I'm very proud of them. Congratulations to them. And then we also have, looking at the people in academic decathlon, you see a very very diverse group of people because you also have some athletes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have Claudia Gonzalez and Anita Wewe. I know them personally. They're both in cross and track, and just to see them also being academic decathlon, it definitely takes a lot of commitment.
It
does.
It sets an
A
example.
lot of drive too.
Yes.
It does take a lot of drive, and I think it sets a good example for next year. Showing that students like you can manage this with another sport or with another priority, which is something I think that our students need to be interested in.
Yeah.
So for those of you listening who are interested in academics decathlon, you should definitely join. But now going into Joseph, can you talk a little about what how it works?
Yes. See, just like track, there's multiple events and multiple categories for it. There's art, economics, essay, interview, language and literature, math, music, science, social science, and speech, giving you a more variety of options to choose from if you do decide to choose academic decathlon. It's fun, it gives variety. If you like to debate, perfect. The speech category would be the one perfect for you.
Mhm.
All right, yeah, yeah. Or for the test takers out there, we're just really good with memory and stuff like that.
If you love music,
you love
there's a
music.
category for you.
Yeah. There's a diverse array of categories that you could choose from that relates to you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I was actually told that there was a personal essay section, I believe,
Yeah.
that involved talking about your favorite Avenger. So it's not all just strictly history or science, and no, some of it is just
It's
talking,
fun.
Yeah.
just
It's
relaying
just
conversations. So
yeah, it's just fun.
something for everyone.
Yeah. You want to know what else is fun?
What else is fun?
Basketball.
Basketball
Ooh.
is fun. Definitely to watch.
Basketball
I can't
is
play.
definitely fun. And it's fun for the starting players, Jared Covarrubias, Ben Bui, Jesse Avalos, Julian Rios, and Anthony Montoya. Also for the captains, Ben Bui again and Jared Covarrubias.
I think it's more than just fun because they were on an absolute winning streak.
Mhm.
This season was definitely really good for basketball.
One of their best.
One of their best.
Really
Last
good.
year we had the boys also have a strong season, and it's good to see that tradition carry on this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
They made it to round 3 of CIF and only lost by 2 points. It was a very close game. It wasn't like a absolute slaughter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Our team definitely put up a good fight. If correct me if I'm wrong, but round 1 was away
Yeah.
Yes.
and round 2 was here. And in both of those games, they showed Bassett's dominance. They won by a decent amount of points, and it's great to see that they were on an amazing streak. They're keeping the heat of Bassett's passion for basketball alive. I think we definitely saw the passion during the games. Wouldn't you say, Joseph?
Yes, because to help push those boys, all the students, all the people that came out, both round 2, round 3, packed houses on both
Packed.
sides of the stands. People cheering, people who aren't even basketball fans still came to support our school, to support our boys going all the way.
From the start of the first quarter of round 3, chaos.
Absolute
Chaos.
Everyone
Everybody
Everyone
was screaming.
cheering.
Everybody was cheering. It was amazing just to see how much
a school could come together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people who don't even like sports or don't even play basketball, we're there. We're cheering for our
Yeah.
team. You know what I
Personally,
mean?
if I can go out on a limb, I'm not really a sports person myself. I don't watch, the NBA or the NFL, but watching our boys play basketball, that was something. That was something different.
It's exciting.
It's very exciting. You just feel the energy from the crowd.
And you feel like that passion they have for basketball, the passion that the team has to win, the drive, the dedication.
You can see it in their
Definitely.
face and how they play. Like they're tired, but they're not stopping.
They're
They're
not
not.
stopping. There's definitely people on those team that are absolutely amazing, and I have nothing but respect for them. And it's I can't wait to look forward to what they have next season. Just like I can't wait to look forward to this year's prom. Now, this year's prom is going to be at the Harborside Restaurant and Grand Ballroom on March 29th. Keep in mind, this is going to be a Sunday, but it's a great venue, and we don't have school the day after, so it's a win-win.
Win-win.
The location, it's a drive. It's going to be a drive, guys. It's like about an hour 20 away, but that doesn't have to be a negative, Get a party bus, maybe just get an SUV or a van and hang out with your friends until
Yeah.
there. It's all by the beach. It's an amazing venue. I strongly encourage you guys to go, at all grade levels, not just seniors and juniors, but especially for you seniors. Make sure that you guys don't miss out on this prom, because I'm telling you right now, I've seen the venue myself. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
And each week, all the prices for the tickets will be going up $5 with ASB and without ASB up until March 16th.
All the seniors, myself included, is excited that it's by the beach, by the pier, on the dock. You know what I mean? Venue super nice.
Very
Everybody
nice,
loves it.
yeah.
Everybody loves it. Theme goes perfect with the
Journey to Atlantis,
to
guys. Come on.
How
Come
you
on.
gonna miss up on that? You know what I mean? People are already looking for prom dresses and suits, posting all over social media. Which one should I get? Which one should I get? And
Maybe more girls than guys, because I've seen that as a trend where guys just kind of buy a suit and
yeah,
girls go all out.
but it's
so.
surprising to see that guys are super excited this year.
Yeah,
Like
I do see that.
I've seen a
I've seen a
lot of
lot.
guys post like, which suit should I get? Out of like 5 suits, like, do you need to choose out of 5 suits? But yeah, so everybody's excited to go to prom, and they're so excited to have a good time. Someone else who wants to have a good time himself is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, God. Okay.
Sonic the Hedgehog. So we're talking about Sonic now. The movie that was at first poorly animated, and the fans were very.
They hated it.
They hate. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't. There's no way to
absolutely
say
hated
it
it.
nicely. They absolutely hated the design, and the creators took a whole other year for the movie to be remade, and it was pretty sad.
It was pretty
sad.
sad, but it paid off, guys. Okay?
It did pay off.
So personally, I did go watch Sonic,
Mhm.
and all I could say is I feel like this appeals to many people. It's not going to be the greatest movie ever, but it's really, really good.
It's one of the best, I think, video games.
It's probably one of the
It-
best video
yeah.
game movies. It's a joy to watch. Personally, just seeing that theater, it was fun to watch. It wasn't extremely memorable, but it wasn't an experience I wouldn't like pass out on. It was just good fun. There were some things that were outdated, because the movie was pushed back. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think this is spoilers, but there was a part where he starts flossing, and I was like, "I'll take it. I'll take
Yeah,
it."
we'll
He
take
looks
it.
he
We'll take
looks
it.
so good. I'll take it because the delay paid off, right, guys?
Yeah, but the fans should understand since it was pushed off a year.
Yeah, and I think personally, I wasn't always a big Sonic person, but I did grow up with Sonic in a kind of way. Not as much
Mhm.
as like older people than me would, but I did play some Sonic games, and they really capture the spirit of Sonic. It's a really good movie. I wouldn't mind seeing another Sonic movie, and especially I can't give too much away, but let's just say that a special friend of Sonic, who has 2 tails, and is pretty much a helicopter, does show out in this movie, and it is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
That's
See,
what we love.
And this movie didn't really have big shoes to fill because there's hasn't been really movies out there based off of video games that could replicate the excitement and the just how it looks in the actual video game.
The aura, the
Like-
feel.
That like energy that gives, I guess, people that love video games and love, I guess, animated things to be brought into real life. It doesn't. This movie gives that excitement to them.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
Because in the games, you see Sonic and he's all happy, he's all cheery, he's all excited, like he has a lot of energy. They recreated that in the movie.
They did. They
They
definitely
really-
did.
They got, and it may have been pushed back a year, but they still did. They did really good when it came to graphics
Really
and
paid
stuff.
off.
They paid off.
And compared to other terrible movies like the Super Mario Bros. Movie,
Oof.
Terrible.
Doom.
the Doom movie. Oh, don't even get me.
Doom.
All the
Oh.
Resident Evil movies. Okay, I'm gonna say that right now. You can hate me. All of them were Rampage. Like, come on. I'm pretty sure not even a lot of people knew Rampage was a video game.
I
movie.
did not know it was a video game
I
personally.
think that Sonic compared to the actual good video game movies like Final Fantasy 7,
Final Fantasy
Mhm.
VII.
Final Fantasy 13, movies like that, it really brings out excitement in people, like they said, like you and Joseph said before, and it also brings out, I guess, the love people have for those video games.
Yeah.
Because of all these years that Sonic has been out, all these years, whether they were playing the video game or watching others play the video game, they know what Sonic is and they know what it's about.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's definitely a good idea to stay hopeful. I'd say that Sonic's just set a good precedent, for future video game movies. I don't know if you guys know this, but Illumination Entertainment, the people who made the Minions and everything, actually did recently make a contract with Nintendo. So we
Oh.
might be seeing an animated Mario Brothers movie in the near future. So hopefully it's just as good as Sonic and doesn't need to be remade.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But overall, I think that's everything, right, guys?
Yeah.
Pretty much everything happening around at Bassett. With prom, with deadly virus everyone's scared about, which isn't really deadly at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Academic decathlon doing absolutely amazing.
Our wonderful basketball team.
Wonderful basketball team. And Sonic.
And Sonic.
And Sonic.
I think that sets a good time to end this podcast off. So everyone for listening, thank you so much.
Good
Go-
morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Go enjoy the last season of Star Wars. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.